we're joined now, of course, by Marc from Pyth. How are we doing, sir?
We're doing great.
We're doing great. Not just good, we're doing great. I mean, looking around,
of the year.
right? There's so much activity here at Breakpoint 2025 in Abu Dhabi. They call it the capital of capital. I see Emmett Follier from Solana Mobile's on stage. You've got deep-in projects. You've got oracles. You've got ETF issuers, DATCos. You've got Solana degens and DeFi OGs. What's the overall mood as far as you see it?
What I really like about Breakpoint is it's not just about developers and the team we work with or don't work with. It's, and I'm just going to say number, it's like 90% community.
Yeah.
And it's just great to get out of your office or
basement.
Like, exactly. Yes. And just like talk to like regular people. And very much like we're always in crypto, like in our head too much.
Yes.
And just talking to, let's say, me prior to like be full-time, it's just great, and we have to give it to the people.
Absolutely. I mean, 2025 has been a huge year, and I think it all comes together at Breakpoint every year, and it's bigger every year as well. We have, I think, close to 7,000 attendees.
That's what I've been hearing.
This year. So
yeah, quite a bit.
Number go up. Price, unfortunately, is not where we want it to be. But do you get the sense that we're still in a bull run? Are we, in terms of price, very optimistic, looking forward, or are we sort of looking at a little bit of chop? Do you think? What are we?
I'm the worst investor ever.
Okay.
Arguably, I was doing better in crypto prior to be full time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been at Pyth for 4 years, so it's been 4 years of underperformance for me.
Okay.
No, and it's hard to say. And
it is so difficult.
the one thing is, funnily enough, I think I passed by like another room, like the locked-in room, and there was infamous Raoul Pal, and I love the bananas.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's just the best. I don't know if it's a meme, but it's just the best frame. So supposedly 26 is the banana zone. Let's just hope it
Fingers
really
crossed. We did ask Raoul Pal about the banana zone. He was sat right here yesterday, the day before.
2 days ago. First day. This is day 3, right?
We had Raoul Pal on the first day, and we said, Raoul, everyone's talking about the banana zone. Where is the banana zone? He said, just be patient. So we hope that is the case indeed. I want to talk to you about some of the branding. I haven't had too much time.
Yeah, so we were walking by the booths. What is going on? I saw a bunch of cauliflower, a bunch of broccoli. Are you guys bringing veggies on chain?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We don't even have a price feed for cauliflower.
Yeah.
But one realization from this year was very much people don't care so much what's an oracle, whatever. So one thing, and in the presentation also the co-founder of the labs did was like, stop talking about the text, and start talking about the why, and try to explain, present your why in a way people get it, and without being salesy.
Yeah.
And what was great was exactly this. Like, what's the price of a cauliflower?
Yeah.
I don't eat too much veggies, so I actually don't know what the price is.
Not medical advice. You should eat vegetables.
Yeah. And it's very much like most of the people still don't know what's the price of a cauliflower. So it's put people like in their brain. It's not easy to price things.
Yeah.
In Oracle, we want to price things accurately, but pretty hard. And don't sell too much. Just get them involved.
Yeah.
And it was also a way to explain how things, like how the market works.
Yeah.
You have people that will price the same thing very differently.
Yeah.
How do you come to a true price?
Yeah.
So it's congrats to the marketing team, because initially we weren't very convinced on.
No, we were loving it. We were laughing and we're like, hey, that actually makes a lot of sense. So we like that a lot. Also, we had George from Aurora on a little bit earlier, and he's tokenizing stocks. They're bringing that on chain. He's talking about, let's bring some other things on chain. He was talking about wheat. We were talking about eggs. Is that something where you guys have the pricing for that? Like, you guys are an Oracle, you have the pricing, and you guys work with a ton of blockchains. You do a ton of things, right? Is that something that you guys have? Is that something that you guys could do? Or how does that even work, I guess?
So we don't have too much commodities. I mean, we have the biggest one, which are like oil, like even metals, etc. We don't have any vegetable or stuff. The one thing that, like, we could price it.
Yeah.
Because arguably, like, it's pretty big markets. And for example, there's one thing is like 4 years ago, everyone knows Ostium nowadays. I guess it's one of the big projects rise of the year. 4 years ago, like, they were actually building on Solana, the first version. And the founder was like, I want to trade lean hogs. First, I had to check what lean hogs were.
Yeah, I probably would too.
But the thing is, where I want to end is many people, or people want many things, but then like they still don't like they don't offer lean hogs for you. So
Yeah.
it's like you want something, but overall the market is not there yet.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So-
the demand for it as well, right?
Exactly.
You can't just offer a bunch of things.
But at some point, you will do it. Like our tagline: price everything, everywhere, anytime. So
Yeah.
we'll have it. It's just in the prioritization. I guess we'd rather have the whole like Russell 3000 than Cauliflower price fix, because we'd have, I think, more customer for the Russell 3000 than Cauliflower price fix.
Right, so it's about demand, I suppose, to a certain extent when you're branching into a new area. Are you seeing a lot of demand with the rise of tokenized equities, tokenized stocks on Solana is obviously huge now. I think 95% of all tokenized stock trading is on Solana. Sometimes it goes up and down, obviously. But are you seeing a lot of demand in that area as well for more niche assets, pricing more niche assets?
I mean, everything will trade on chain for sure, and equities will be on chain. And I mean, so for the on Solana, at some point I was kind of very bearish on it because
Really?
the first release were so sad.
Okay.
Like there was no trading. There was like the first time, and I guess it just takes time, but it's like when there's no liquidity, the market's inefficient, kind of feel like depressed. I was like, all right,
Okay.
maybe it was just like a failed attempt at spend 2 years hearing about it. It launches
Yeah.
and phew,
No one's
Yeah.
using it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But no, and it's amazing. Like and Remora, as we mentioned, with Flash Trade
Yeah.
offering with us the equities on chain. I think it just takes time. You need to keep going at it, and I think the most important is I think we should drop the word tokenization.
Okay.
We should just say equities on chain.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
On-chain stock,
don't
fair.
overcomplicate things,
Yeah.
and people will be like, "Oh, tokenize." Like, what's the catch? So, I mean, don't introduce catch, but it's
Okay.
like make it more simple.
Very
Make it
good.
more simple.
Okay. So let's say we move over some of these communications hurdles that we have. Tokenized RWAs, obviously it's a problem. If you talk to people that aren't crypto native, it's a mouthful. It raises question marks. If you talk to people that come from traditional finance, RWA means risk-weighted asset. So then they also don't like it. I think actually nobody really likes it, right? As a communications thing. But let's say we move past that. We talk about on-chain stocks, on-chain equities. In the communications that you have with people about demand, what is the most niche asset that people have come to you and said, I in the next sort of 6 to 12 months, I would like a pricing feed for these types of assets?
Oof, it's a good one.
It's a good one, huh?
I mean,
People
we
want to
do-
know what is going to be the next thing coming on chain. So I'm trying to tease some alpha
trying
out of you here.
I was in Dubai last week for Binance Blockchain Week, and everyone talks like real estate.
Okay.
And I mean, they've always been talking about it. It's still pretty much zero on chain because it's very liquid. But I think more and more we're going to end up with assets that have been forever illiquid becoming liquid. So I mean, it's not sexy if I say real estate.
But people are coming to you and saying, when are we going to get to the point where there's enough liquidity, enough market activity? I get the impression that you care a lot about market efficiency.
Yes, or actually, I think more and more I get, can I get price feed for attention? Like, can you quantify attention on this topic?
Okay.
How would you even go about doing that?
It's, I mean, everyone will kind of have to come up with their own algo pricing of,
Yeah.
for example, is like, let's just take Trump, it's very attention driven. Like, are we talking a lot about him or not
Yeah.
so much about him? So I guess it's a mix of on-chain mentions, newspaper, etc. So
Yeah.
there'll be many ways to price it or
Yeah.
to value it, but it's the attention economy nowadays. Like
Yeah.
it's all about Yaps, etc. So like first you reward the Yappers, and I guess after you kind of monetize around it. Where I mean, this is what like prediction market are kind of.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are we going to go into a situation where basically every on-chain or online even activity has the prediction market associated with it, a token, and then the attention is being monetized, and then people can sort of predict if it's going to go up or down? Everything is going to get hyper-financialized?
Yeah, sadly. I mean, it's pretty fun, but it's
I would
It's
agree
gonna go
with.
this
I would agree that that's maybe not a great for society type of development, but
No.
it seems to be happening.
it's the
I mean,
market.
it's the market, and the market decides, right? So, prediction markets have been a huge narrative in 2025, and sort of after the last U.S. election, really started to gain attention, and people argued, obviously wrongly, incorrectly, that only around these very large attention demanding events like the election of Donald Trump for the second time would we see spikes in volume on prediction markets. That turned out to be an incorrect thesis. How do you generally think about prediction markets? Kalshi recently raised at an $11 billion valuation, I think. Shout out to Kalshi. So yeah, prediction markets obviously moving in the right direction. Attention is being driven towards prediction markets, but for a while people weren't so sure about it. How do you think about prediction markets, not just in the future, but right now as well?
So first, I was in the wrong camp.
Okay.
I was in the okay, elections done. See you in 4 years. But where I think, and as a sports gambler, I kind of do like to gamble on things. I wasn't still very optimistic on it, but I mean, I don't want to say it's gambling, but it feels like it's, and people love to gamble.
There's
And-
risk. There's risk in it. You know.
And so it's very much like they found their customer. And crypto people like the volatility, like the
The
excitement.
thrill, the adrenaline. We love it. We live for it.
And so actually, and earlier I said tokenization is a bad word. Prediction markets actually the perfect frame.
Yeah.
I'm predicting. I'm not gambling.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, as far as communications errors go in crypto, I think this is moving in the right direction for sure. We rebranded the idea of gambling.
So no, it will. I mean, similar to attention. It will drive like 50% of the crypto-related mind share for the next few few years. Like
That's a
it's
big
gonna
claim.
be like similar to perps. Like overall nowadays, it's perps or prediction markets. But at least for once, like there's tons of users.
Yeah.
And this is just great because more and more, I don't want to say we're becoming boomers or Web 2, but after 10 years, or even more, 15 years of crypto, it's kind of adoption time or die.
Yeah.
So, like, they get users, and I think it's also reshaping completely how things work. Like, even if it's not fully on chain, parts are off chain, etc., it's readapting how people interact or behave with money. So, and people are fun. Like,
Yeah,
That's
people
what's
love it. I mean, you speak of adoption, it's hard to avoid prediction markets. Like if you turn on the news in America, like there's prediction market stats given to you as like, this is the source of truth. It's 80%. You know, the next rate cut, it's 95%. It's going to happen. So it's in like the zeitgeist of like what everyone's thinking about. So it's exciting.
it's the new polling system.
Yeah. Yeah. And people pull with their money. It's better than like answering a text message on a poll or something, right? Yeah.
The one thing I'll be very cautious, and I mean, I think someone announced this recently, is so one thing Polymarket does great, they give you yield, I guess, when you're like doing your bets with USDC, they pay you like 3-4%, great. Started seeing a lot of like, you can borrow against your
position.
Your position.
Yeah. Add a little leverage to the system.
So, and this is where, like, and crypto loves risk, but there's more and more, and we've all learned to experience like hidden risk.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I thought this was safe,
Yep.
and it's not zero. Especially around stablecoins or whatever. And so this is where I'm kind of concerned.
Okay.
As in, like, do I want to lend my money against some polymarket position that, because anyway, one thing goes to zero, another thing goes to one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very kind of risky, and I'm always afraid of like repackaging, hiding stuff, and which in the end will do bad rep for crypto again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obfuscated risk. I mean, if you go back to 2007, 2008, risk hidden inside less risky sort of packaged, CFDs and such was the reason why the global financial system collapsed. Everyone was left holding a $700 trillion of debt, ridiculous numbers. And then we had the Bitcoin white paper. So do we want to repeat the same mistakes of that system? Probably not. Even though it's on a much, much smaller scale and people aren't going to lose their mortgages, you're probably going to lose the shirt off the back of your, it's not great. I fully agree with you. And this sort of makes me think about 1010, this huge deleveraging that we had. Thomas covered it recently. We saw $19 billion of liquidations. Definitely not a great time to be in crypto. Do you think strongly about these events when we think about pricing or we think about accuracy in DeFi versus CeFi? We saw the depegging of Athena's stablecoin, I believe, temporarily. Maybe it wasn't a depeg technically, but that the price wasn't where it was supposed to be at. So a lot of people got wrecked. Do you think a lot about these things?
I mean, I constantly stress about these things because we need to price this accurately. And actually, USD is a perfect example of it went to like 60 cents on Binance, let's say, or 66, whatever.
Yeah.
On chain, some pools remain at 1, some at 90 cents.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the true price?
You don't know.
So
well, I, as a retail participant, simply don't know.
Is it an average? Like, do you just do the mean? Like, how do you do? I think the Pyth price feeds, I think we were very good about it. I think we priced it at the lowest around 96 cents, which, like, you see a bunch of volume on chain. We don't do so much, or the publishers don't do like volume weighted. They price like what is the true price. Mm-hmm. I think it was fairly priced. So yeah, I mean, constantly think about this, like whether up or down event, because markets are still pretty inefficient in crypto. Mm-hmm. Like it's not as bad as 5 years ago. It keeps getting better.
Yeah.
But like there's always like liquidity moving around. One day venue A is the most liquid, next day it's venue B. So it's very hard to like price correctly, accurately,
right,
like and automatically. Like US stocks, NYSE, like it's not someone's gonna withdraw an LP and like tomorrow it trades, it barely trades.
Yeah.
So like it's very hard, but after it's very much we take the stress, and our publishers take the stress to price things so that end users and most of Solana DeFi don't have to stress about it. But still, if you build with an Oracle, you should stress about it. And there was actually a very nice talk. I was a couple weeks ago in Argentina for DevCon, a talk, and it must be online from one of the Yearn engineer.
Okay.
And he framed it like using an Oracle, it's like having a girlfriend. It's like a whole relationship, and you have trust issues. And it's very important to know about the trust issues you might have with your Oracle. As in, okay, how does it work? Like you sincerely have to know exactly how the Oracle that you use work. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have people reaching out that use our price feeds, asking me questions. I'm kind of like,
you should know.
You should have known this like a year ago when you started using it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we stress, so you don't have to stress, but it's stressful.
How stressful was 1010 for you guys? Like I would imagine like the amount of usage was like unmatched, right? Like it was probably a pretty massive event for you, right?
So pretty much, and this is where I guess the more we go, the less we stress.
Yeah.
Because it becomes better. I was sleeping and no one called me.
Oh, no way.
Because it was Asia time.
That's the last thing. Yeah, I think it was.
It was
the
Asia
last
time.
thing you want to wake up to.
So no one called me like shit's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
So, and I woke up, I was way poor.
Yeah.
But
We all were. We all were, to be fair.
I had no end user was like, what the fuck happened?
Well, like, I don't know if you got to watch any of the charts. It was like what is going on here? But, yeah.
So, and it's just, and the thing is, we priced 2,000 assets today.
Yeah.
And there is a 10-10 happening on one of these assets almost every day. Whether it's a shitcoin or let's call it a long tail asset.
Yeah.
Or an equity that gets delisted, etc. So it's also like we want to price everything. Like by end of next year, like we want to have 10,000-ish price feeds. Like and go compete almost at the Bloomberg level of price any asset in the world everywhere.
Yeah.
And like you need robust infra, you need crazy good publishers that have great data.
Yeah.
So it's ideally we build things so that we don't stress so much.
Yeah.
And when something doesn't go well, we just iterate from there. And this is why, for example, we have like Oracle integrity staking.
Yeah.
If a price wrong, someone can go make a claim to the DAO and we would slash publishers and pay back whatever slash to the impacted users.
So you're actually holding them accountable
Yeah.
for their feeds as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So far, it was introduced exactly a year ago at Breakpoint, or a year ago exactly. No claim so far. So
Wow.
that's, good for publishers, but also good for users.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're very used to dealing with the assets kind of fluctuating that much. So 1010 rolls around, you're like, well, we've seen this in, all these assets so many times before, we kind of know what to do. And you've built the infrastructure for this already. So, compared to other venues, 96 cents versus 60 cents, it's massive, right?
It's, next day I didn't email Binance saying you should maybe use the price feed rather than, because they use like their own book pretty much,
Yeah.
which you should never do.
Yeah. Especially with that much money that they're handling, right?
And yeah, because it's, if you want a death spiral, it's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, you need to survive. And
Yeah.
it's pretty much this: build stuff, use stuff, so that even if the worst happens, you're able to survive. So this is another thing I'm very, around oracles, we're not many saying, I'm like, oh, you should just use us.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine, and something even suggesting, use another.
Use multiple.
Because after it's how you integrate. Never blend everything.
Yeah.
It's not like wine. You're not gonna blend all the wine together. It's just gonna be weird. But you have your favorite bottle.
Yeah.
You have your backup bottle once the first one is either broken, finished, whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's build things that are resilient. We do everything we can to have the Oracle as accurate and resilient as possible.
Yeah.
But who knows? We're always, and this is back to the stress question, always 1 second away from disaster.
Yeah.
It's kind of the mentality I have.
Crypto is stressful for traders, for investors that just buy and hold. It's stressful for builders. But I feel like what you're saying is I'm taking on so much more stress that you look pretty well rested, all things considered.
I took some sun this week. I usually don't look so tan. No, and it's also thanks to building things that teams like Drift, Flash Trade, Remora, so many amazing people rely on this product.
Exactly.
And we should, and we must build a better kind of financial system.
Mm-hmm.
Most of things till now were very better venues, less extraction on the fees, make things cheaper, more accessible, and we're not gonna save world of hunger at the Pyth Network. But one thing we care a lot is saving or bettering the market data industry. Right now, it's a ripoff. It's 1/3 of the revenue from NYSE or SIBO, it's selling data, and they sell it at an outrageous cost.
Yeah.
And what if we could build something that reduce this by 95%, make it more accessible? So kind of rebuilding, and this is how I pitch the Pyth Network to my parents, it's like Spotify for financial data. You go to people that create things, contribute, aggregate, and then distribute, rather than this monopoly of SIBO or NYSE or whatever exchange in TradFi that sells its data for 10, 100K a month.
That's a fascinating framing, actually. We asked Austin Federa just a second ago how he would verbally simplify what is actually quite a complex explanation of what they do, which is rebuilding the internet for high-performance distributed systems. And he gave us a very, very long explanation. I said, okay, now I understand why it's specifically high-performance distributed systems and not just distributed systems. But I like your reduction verbally as well, Spotify, for that reasoning by analogy, I think, really helps to communicate the core value proposition of a lot of what we do here in crypto to people outside the industry that need these analogies. So I think I'm going to steal that, basically, is what I'm saying. Thank you.
No, of course. And then it's many great salesmen use analogy, and sometimes they are not warranted. So we need to we need to call out the non-deserved analogies.
Give me an example of a crypto reasoning by analogy that maybe is not warranted. We see a lot of, this is the Uber of, or like we are the Airbnb of, and it sort of feels a little bit, maybe when they don't have product market fits, when they don't have a long list of partners that believe in them and trust them, it's a bit of a trust me bro, we're going to be the next Uber kind of thing. But for you guys, I think being the Spotify data makes sense. Do you see anything that you think that's absolutely ridiculous?
Jesus, I don't want to call out so much people out.
You can hear for some spicy takes.
Hey, this is the unfiltered SolanaFloor TV booth. You can say anything you want, and it is on record.
And what the market showed is like, and actually it's a great time to talk about this. It's on Ethereum, like the whole L2 playbook.
Yeah.
It was like Ethereum's kind of the world computer. Arguably it's still true, but is it really the world computer?
Maybe one day.
So it's where Solana,
no is the answer.
I'll leave it to the open question.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is where I love Solana, and I like my first ever kind of transaction, or where I was coming back daily, was Solana in 2020. Like I was using Solid wallet. It was painful, but it was like, they have a clear vision of like, it's just markets. Like, don't try to do everything, just hyper focus into one thing and just do it. So the NASDAQ, best analogy ever, NASDAQ on chain.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't think anyone questions that.
And so the world's computer, it sounds very like 80s vibe. And I just see a big old computer that just doesn't go fast.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what it is. So yeah, I guess they have to pivot from the world's computer.
Okay, that's good. Some shots were taken. You mentioned roll-ups, you mentioned L2s. I mean, for better or worse, I think in the last 12 months, we've had this resurgence of this idea around roll-ups, and okay, IBRL is, a great acronym, and that is what we are all working towards. How do you think about roll-ups generally in 2025 and 2026? Are they more for niche use cases that they're going to be relevant, or as a monolithic chain, surely we don't really need to pay too much attention to roll-ups on Solana? Those are the sort of two camps that people argue. Where do you think about it?
In the end, no one cares. Like, and look at what's the most successful apps today on, outside of Solana, on non-monolithic chain. It's kind of Hyperliquid.
Yep.
Like, as anyone told you, I don't think anyone, you do a poll, like, how do they call the chain below or behind Hyperliquid DEX? No one knows. No one knows unless you're maxi of it. So, Lighter is also, it's akin to Magic Block, kind of in the design. And in the end, people don't care. And this is where, prediction market, Polymarket, Kalshi, at least.
Maybe with the exception of Polymarket, because they have it in the name.
And
then they think
have, about it. They accept crypto. It was never an on-chain product. Never. So it's very, we need to be, and this is where Solana shines. It's like PMF, find user, bring value. People don't care so much about the tech. We should care about the tech, but we over-index this is great because of that, etc. So yeah, L2s, with all the funding they got, they should have just funded more the optimization of the L1 itself.
Yeah.
This is where Solana doesn't, 2 clients now, even 3, that, all right, now we have multi-redundancy on the client side. So technically no more downtime. And I hope I don't bring on the jinx here. But next is Solana needs to go 10x faster.
Yeah.
It's been 3, 4, 5 years of 400 milliseconds.
Yeah.
In internet capital markets, we're gonna need things that go so fast, like speed of light.
Yeah.
So now that the redundancy is on, I want to see by end of next year Solana going 10x faster.
Yeah, we do too, and I think actually everybody does, right? We were gonna have Flash Trade on, and they're actually doing a roll up with magic blocks, right? Other people are having other solutions where they can actually trade faster. Because if you want to do perps, you need faster execution, right? There's a few more things that you need to actually, get to the level that people are comfortable trading, especially, in a lot higher dollar values. So what do you think about speed? Like, is that something that is going to be harder to actually, provide like an accurate price at those speeds? Or is that something where you're like, hey, we can do this already, Solana just needs to catch up? Or how do you think?
It's always like it's always easier to, no, it's not easier. You need to go the fastest possible at any single point of time.
Yeah.
And because you can always slow things down for other people.
Yeah.
You can't accelerate stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're already at your limit. And so, for example, with like a Pyth laser product that's like on your Oracle from like a year ago, that overall goes up to what we call real time. And real time means any price movement can be picked. And this can mean sub 1 millisecond.
Sub one.
But actually, this is one thing also many people get wrong is for a bunch of time, the price doesn't move for like 20 milliseconds or 30 milliseconds. So it's be able to price things at 1 millisecond so that, all right, Solana, we can filter it down 400x.
Yeah.
It's fine. Magic Block and Flash Trade, they use this laser product and like they use it to the max extent.
Yeah.
Like, because they can. And like, so this is where I think it's a great kind of patch. And I guess as system gets more complex, we'll need these add-ons of, all right, I'm offloading this super like, and 1 millisecond actually is still slow in terms of like greater things. Like we need to go way faster. So we need to kind of dream bigger of like exchanges or like HFTs. You tell them 1 millisecond, they're like, oh, okay, that's bare minimum. Yeah. So we need to kind of learn a lot on performance from TradFi still.
Yeah.
Because like, I guess margin call, the saying is you need to be first or smarter. In HFT, it's like you don't need to be smarter. You can just be faster.
Yeah.
And it's unparalleled advantage to be faster. And so need to IBRL, but like 100x.
Yeah. And I feel like we are getting there slowly but surely, one step after another. People like Austin Fedora, Fire Dancer, Alpenglow, all of these things. I feel like they're taking us in that direction. But I want to leave on a very, very bullish note.
Okay.
There's a huge discrepancy, I think, between, first of all, how TradFi thinks about the next 12 months in terms of price action. They can weather the storm. You go on crypto Twitter, people are a little bit like, price isn't moving in the right direction. I'm sad, extreme fear on the fear and greed index. And then you come here, it's a whole different bubble. You got the TradFi people and the degens, and everyone's happy and optimistic. So I guess a double-parted question. First of all, are we still in a bull run? Does it matter? And secondly, what do you think is the most exciting thing we're looking at in the next 12 months, sometime in 2026, that will revive that extremely bullish optimism on places like crypto Twitter, where we all get together and shout at each other for 24 hours a day?
Or in a bull market, I have no clue, I hope. But one thing that's actually crazy, and as you were asking me a question, I was thinking, I've been here for a few days, met a handful of people, not a single guy talked price to me.
Yes.
No one. So, maybe we just all cope about it and we don't want to talk about it. But it's crazy how, we're going to leave the meme in it for the tech. Mm-hmm. But here feels like, but Twitter is not real life also. This is the very thing that I had trouble with initially. Mm-hmm. Twitter is not real life. Don't believe everything you see, especially with all this AI stuff. Don't believe everything you read on the timeline. So bull run, I don't know. I hope. I'm a Raul fan. So Banana Zone.
Banana is coming. The banana is coming. But what excites you the most about the next 12 months? Surely, as somebody who's quote unquote in it for the tech, which is what we all should be, what are we looking forward to?
People using crypto products, blockchain-based product, and they don't know. Like, my dream is my parents that aren't too young, that they end up using something, they don't even have to create a wallet or whatnot, but they get all the benefit of blockchain crypto without knowing it.
Excellent. If that does happen in the next 12 months, please let us know, and we're going to bring you back, not into this booth, maybe the one in London, Breakpoint 2026. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have. I wish we could continue talking to you all day. Thank you so much for coming here to SolanaFloor TV and chatting with us. Really, really appreciate it.